Good morning, everybody. I see names I don't recognize. I was away for 2 weeks. I'm Pat Salner. So feel free if you'd like to put your video on and I can see your face. And if you choose to turn it off when we start practice, that's fine too. So you can, I can, smile back at you. I can see your smile. We'll get started in another minute. Julio, are you new to yoga or have you been doing it for a bit?
Very little.
Okay. Well, it's all, my philosophy is if you can show up and breathe, you can do yoga.
In that case, I can do it.
Okay, excellent. All right, Maggie, good morning.
Hi.
Hi, nice to see you.
You too.
And Paula, I don't know if you're new to the class. And Linda, hello, if we haven't met. Alma, hello.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. So we have another minute, but for those who are new, if you have props, and by that I mean you can have a folded blanket, which is comforting at the end of class, or you can use it for your feet at any point. If you have a pillow from your sofa, or what this happens to be a yoga bolster, but you don't have to have anything official. This having a pillow on your lap when you're seated and pushing in towards the belly, you can sort of round over it for some of our poses. And certainly yoga blocks, which are accessible almost everywhere, Target or Marshalls or whatever store you have near you. And then finally, and easy enough to get these days, are paper towel rolls. So paper towel rolls can substitute for blocks for a lot of poses. You can leave it in the plastic wrapping and then let your feet sort of rest on that. Or we'll use it for other things too. You can also, when we're seated in our chair for yoga, if your chair is deep and you're short, like I am, sitting a little bit more forward is good for making sure your feet are really anchored into the floor. So we'll start in a minute. I'm going to put my blanket, and it can be a beach towel or whatever you have, maybe even a sweatshirt on the back of your chair. All right, so wherever you are, and welcome, make yourself comfortable. And if you need a minute to get an extra blanket or any other thing that you might like to have with you, we'll get started with our breathing. And I just wanted to, for one other, okay.
We're going in a different way now.
So, all right. Find yourself comfortably seated in the chair you've chosen. If you have, hopefully you're in a chair without arms, because that allows you to really let those arms fly up. If they do happen to have arms, just be aware of them. And good morning. Hi, Jason. Nice to see you. So if everyone can mute. Good. All right, here we go. Again, get yourself comfy in the chair, wiggle into the seat of the chair. Let your bare feet touch down on the floor in front of you. Maybe you have a mat or something that feels, where you can get a good grip with the toes, but let the feet relax. Don't squinch up toes yet. So if you need to, take a peek at how your body is seated in the chair. You want to see that your feet are flat on the mat. The lower leg is straight up and down. The upper leg is parallel with your floor or mat in front of you. Sit tall. Inhale, shoulders up, back and down, and then closing your eyes. Place one hand on the heart and one on the low belly. And focus in on your breath. Nice long inhale through the nostrils, lifting the chest as you take in that breath and maybe holding it for just a moment, and then exhale long and slow through the mouth. Let it go. Blowing it out. Inhale, lifting the chest. And exhale, a few more. And as you do that with your eyes closed, we're blocking out what came before yoga, what you need to do later today. Focus in on a pleasant thought, a pleasant place, something that brings joy and ease for you. Inhale and exhale. And maybe once you open your eyes and you're looking out your window and you see your garden or something pleasant outside the window, if you've got a bright sunny day, just looking at how the sunlight dapples on the beautiful greenery around you. Inhale and exhale. And when you're ready, opening your eyes, place the hands on top of the quads and let the hands slide down towards the knees, and just give yourself a gentle massage right around the knee joint, circling in one direction and then reversing those nice circles, warming up the knees. So if you're new to chair yoga for MS, welcome. Good to see some of you who've been with me before. I was away the last 2 weeks in Alaska, and Leslie Gordon was covering, so I thank her for that. And I'm glad to be back. So I was thinking about this class, and we're all dealing with various health issues or things that we can't change. But let's look at the positives. Let's say, hey, what am I able to do? What am I still able to do with my body, my mind, my spirit? There's so much positive that you have going for you. You shouldn't be defined by just what your diagnosis is or what the condition is that you're living with. So let's think positive and think about what you are able to do. So doing yoga gives you that strength and that positive resolve. We work on strength, balance, and flexibility. So opening the eyes, if they aren't already, just rock gently side to side, placing the hands underneath the hamstring muscles and sort of move that muscle group out a little bit, feeling the sits bones anchoring firmly into your your chair seat. I do this and when I do a mat class as well. So if my words get shuffled between mat and chair, it's all the same. You can do yoga from a chair regardless of who you are. And if you're up for ever doing yoga on a mat, it's pretty much the same. So let's sit as tall as we can. Let's start to think about our seated posture. Hands to the hips or waist, lift the rib cage up and out, scoop the belly in, start to engage the core muscles. Chest is up, collarbones are wide, and pull the shoulders back. So you're almost feeling that sensation of shoulder blades squeezing together. Working our way up, we want to tuck the chin in a tiny bit. So we have as if you could look at yourself at the same time, or maybe use Zoom to look at yourself. Tuck your chin in a bit so that the ears are directly over the shoulders. So it may feel a little forced if you haven't practiced this posture, but just think about pulling those shoulders back. And the more you do that, it becomes natural and less forced. And you really make a difference in how you appear, and also have room for your lungs to breathe. Inhale and exhale, keep that breath flowing. Inhale and exhale. So I call this a seated mountain posture. We want to think about the crown of the head reaching towards the ceiling, nice long neck. So yoga can be as slow or as fast as you make it, but so much of life is fast. Doing yoga, slowing life down for the 1 hour you do yoga is a good thing. Inhale and exhale. Let's just soften a tiny bit. A couple of shoulder rolls, but continue to sit tall. And anytime you feel like that sitting tall posture is too much for you, it's okay to sink in. Ideally, we want to think about strengthening our core by sitting tall and letting all that, the muscles of this center of the body really work during this session. All right, we're going to go into the rotations of the spine, seated cow-cat, side bends, and twists. And remember, you can always use the seat of the chair with your hands for a little support, or even using the legs as you come forward for the cow and cat. So let's get started. Seated cow and cat. Inhale, come forward. So we're folding at the hip flexors. Chin is up, slight arch in the back. And then exhale, tip the chin, round the chin in towards the chest, round back towards the back of your chair. Inhale and exhale. So this is extension and flexion, a forward and back movement for the spine. Inhale as you come forward. And the forward move can be shallow or not so deep, or deeper if you feel comfortable doing so. Tuck the chin round, back. One more. See how slow you can go. And we round back and we pull ourselves tall. Wiggle, wiggle into your seat, sitting tall, and we'll go into our side bends. Inhale, arms come up. Let the gaze follow the fingertips as they reach towards your ceiling, and then exhale, tip over to your left. Inhale, come through center, and then exhale to your right. Slow and steady. Do 2 or 3 more. I'm just going to adjust my camera so I'm not headless for you. There we go. I think that should work. All right, there I am. And last one over to the left. And maybe you're ahead of me. And last one to the right. And again, slow, and just feel how lovely those side body stretches are. All right, once again, sitting tall and breathing. And now we'll go into our twists. Inhale the arms up and exhale, twisting to your left. So for me, I'm doing the opposite of you, but as you twist, that opposite hand is coming around to your right side. Inhale, lifting the arms up through center, and exhale to your right. Your left hand is on the outside of the right leg. Back and forth, slow and steady. And if this is too much, just do it with your hands on your hips. You can place the hands here and twist at the waist. And of course, this is your yoga. If a posture doesn't feel right, don't do it. And we meet back in center. Inhale and exhale. So let's sit back a little bit in the chair, but still making sure that the feet are touching down. We'll do a little bit of neck stretch. Inhale, sit tall. Again, use this great opportunity to work on posture. Inhale, tip the chin down. In and exhale once you're down. Inhale up, exhale, chin down. In up, chin up, and exhale it down. Inhale up, and exhale down, and back into center. It looks like someone just joined. Welcome. Cole, is that how you say your name? I'm sorry. All right, welcome. We're just getting started with some gentle neck stretches. All right, we'll do our side stretches. Inhale, sitting tall. Exhale, let your left ear work its way down to the left shoulder. Keeping the shoulder down. Don't bring the shoulder up. Let the ear work its way towards the shoulder. Inhale, come up to center, and exhale over to your right. Inhale and exhale. And another way to do that, besides letting the arms stay down, use the hand to guide the head through center, and then the other hand to catch the head as you tip over. Guiding it up and over. Last time to your left. Come through center and exhale over to your right. And we come through center. Hello, whoever recently joined. See a new face popping in. Is it Kristen? Hi, welcome. All right, so continue to sit comfortable in your chair. Now we're going to go transition from neck all the way down to our feet. So let's make sure that our feet are touching down firmly. Again, depending on your height of your chair, the length of the legs, you just really want to make sure that those feet are touching down. So we're going to point and flex the feet, just keeping the heels down. So flex the ankles and then push the toes down. Back and forth. Really simple, and you can feel the work in the shins, of course, the ankles, and stretching toes wide, and then come to stillness. Sit back a tiny bit more. We'll continue to work on our feet. Lift the feet off the mat and circle your ankles. Inhaling and exhaling, and switch the direction. Let's get a little bit movement in the feet, the ankles. And then just flutter kick your legs. A little movement there. Inhale and exhale. All right. And again, just make a little adjustment in your seat. So again, we're seated, we're firmly seated, and we're just going to alternate the lifting of the leg. It's not just about lifting the leg. You're going to be this really helps core muscles. So as you sit tall, we're going to alternate lifting legs and keep our torso strong. Here we go, starting with the left leg. Inhale, left up, and exhale it down. Inhale your right. Exhale it down, inhale, and exhale. Alternating. A couple more, and then we're going to add arms to this. And finish up there. All right, so what are the arms going to do? Well, first we're going to do arms and knee on the same side, and we won't alternate. We'll just do one side all together. And then we're eventually going to go here. We're going to crisscross. This we will alternate. All right. Sitting tall, core is engaged, rib cage is lifted, shoulders are down. Bring up your left arm, almost like a cactus arm. Inhale, lift the leg, and then exhale, knee comes together. Inhale apart, exhale, elbow and knee come together. I may have messed up the breathing. Inhale apart, exhale, knee and elbow come together. Inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale apart, exhale together, lift that arm straight up, and then let the arm float down. And we'll do that on the opposite side. Your right arm starts in cactus form. Inhale apart, exhale, elbow and knee come together. Inhale apart, exhale together. Inhale apart, exhale together. Inhale and exhale. Stretching, letting that right arm stretch up high and letting it float down slowly. All right, now we're going to do the twist, and this we will alternate. Starting with both arms up in cactus. And you know what, I just as a helpful hint, I'm going to sit a little bit more forward because the alternate foot can press a little bit more firmly into the mat and keep you stable. The other trick for any posture where we're doing alternating is having a slightly wider stance with the legs. So instead of all the way together, apart is okay too. So here we go. Arms are up, inhale apart, exhale, left elbow and right knee Inhale apart, exhale, alternate elbow and knee. Your count. Inhale apart, exhale, inhale apart, exhale. So really kick out that breath. It can be a forceful exhale. Last one to each side. And float the arms back down. Take your time, inhale and exhale, shoulder roll or two, always feels good in between. And just let's tap those feet. Notice as you do that tapping of your feet might get a little bit of a vibrational sensation or tingling sensation. Kind of feels good. And come to stillness. All right, we're going to do a little stretching now. So let's sit back in the chair. And we're going to do alternate leg and alternate arm stretching away. So starting with your left arm up and the right leg out. Inhale and exhale. Just a hold, stretch and hold, and then return. Opposite side, stretch away, and then down. Your count. See how slow you can go. Just alternating leg and arm. If we were on a mat, this would be called bird dog, keeping our core muscles strong. Last time. And coming to stillness. So let's once again go back to our hamstring muscles, just rock side to side, moving hamstring muscles out a tiny bit. Wiggle into the seat of the chair, sitting as tall as you can. Inhale and exhale. All right, we're going to go into a series called cactus. So it's cactus arms coming together, cactus arms twist, and a cactus teapot. So here we go, squaring off into cactus. Again, anytime the arms get tired, bring them down, either to the waist or just rest them, okay? It's your yoga, remember that. Inhale, arms are in cactus form and apart. Exhale, they come together. Inhale, open. Exhale, apart. Inhale, open. Exhale, apart. Inhale, open. Exhale, apart. And release the arms down. Always good to take a break in between each posture that we do, or each pose. All right, next one is coming to crisscrossing in front of each other. So here we go, back to squaring off into your cactus. Inhale, and then exhale, bringing your left to the right. Inhale, open. Exhale, bringing the right to the left. Again, your count. Couple more. And we meet back in center. Okay, the last one is the cactus teapot. Inhale, the arms are apart in squared off cactus, and then exhale, tip over to your left. Doesn't have to be big. It's what you can do. Inhale and exhale. It's great for the side body, good for waist, good for balance, good for strength. Get that core. Really making the work happen, not momentum. And maybe one more to each side. And release the arms down. We meet back in center. Take a breath, sitting nice and tall. Inhale and exhale. Let's give some arm relief by extending those arms out wide. And we're going to crisscross, intersect at the elbows. So one elbow on top of the other. This is eagle arms. Just turning sideways, you can see what I'm doing. Again, your range may not be all the way intersecting, but ideally we're crisscrossing the arms. and the fingers are touching somewhere along the line, maybe just out here, maybe you can make those palms come together. I can't, but we're not in competition and we're not trying to prove anything. We're just working on our strength and our flexibility. Lift the elbows up, watch your fingers as they lift up. Maybe your gaze goes towards the ceiling. Inhale and exhale. Slowly lift elbows, pulling them out, and hold the posture, but not the breath. Inhale and exhale, and lowering the elbows down and unwind. And remember which arm was on top, because we're going to do the other side. Inhale, arms are apart, and crisscross in the opposite direction. And once you've crisscrossed, lift the elbows, pull them out. Inhale and exhale. Looking up, lift the arms up a bit more. Inhale and exhale. And we unwind and shake that out. Woo! All right. So one other move for the arms, and that's called dirty t-shirt. And again, it's a crisscross, but we're doing a different motion. Instead of the intersecting of the arms, we're going to crisscross and then lift up as if you're taking off your t-shirt. So I always instruct, remember which arm is underneath, because we're going to do it in both ways. And our brain is always doing things in one direction. So you have to think about how you do this. So if it's easier to start out here and remembering it's your left arm underneath as you crisscross and lift up and stretch, letting the arms float down. We'll do 2 more with the left, or whichever arm you remember to have underneath. Crisscross, lift up as if that t-shirt's coming off. Here we go. Looking up, letting the arms float down. Last one, inhale and exhale. Float them down. All right. Do you remember which arm was underneath, even before we start on the second side? Here we go. Inhale, crisscross. Do about 4 of these. Lifting the chest. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale, crisscross. Lift, stretch, 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 and float the arms down. All right, shake all that out. And let's wiggle fingers, circle wrists. Just get a little stretch in the fingers. Great. Okay, shaking all that out. All right, let's go back to the lower half of our body. We're going to go into a figure 4 stretch, pressing your left foot into the mat. Feel that firmness. And here's where sometimes a blanket helps on top of that left thigh. We're going to cross the left ankle over. So sometimes the ankle bone pressing into thigh can feel a little funky. If it does, a blanket or a towel helps. So arrive in your figure 4. Sit tall. Inhale and exhale as if you're getting more stretch on your right side. So you may lift up. Ideally, we want to see if we can keep ourselves even, level, so that the weight in both glutes are equal. Inhale and exhale. Holding the figure 4, we're going to come forward with it. You're going to bring your right forearm onto the lower leg and lean forward. Just go to the point of stretch. So you'll notice you can back off and still get a great stretch. You don't want to feel strain. And everybody's range is different. Just come forward just to a point of a nice stretch. And sort of like that cow-cat posture that we did. So the back has a slight arch in it. Inhale and exhale. And then pull yourself tall. Sitting tall with this leg up. Use your thumbs and give your foot a massage by starting maybe at the arch of the foot. Just sort of circle the thumbs into it and the fingers are on the top of the foot, and work those fingers towards the ball of the foot, towards your toes. Work on creating a little love and blood flow down there, down to the feet. And making those thumbs make their way back to the arch and then to the ankle, little massage in there. Clap, clap. And then gently lift that leg off. So if you need to, we're going to switch to the opposite side, put the blanket or towel on top of the quad, pressing that right foot into your mat so you're firmly pressing in and stable on that side. And when we lift the left leg up, and take a moment to set this posture. Inhale and exhale. Again, we're trying to keep our core engaged. So even if you do nothing else from here with the leg crossed, you don't have to come forward, but just feel that nice stretch you're getting in the part of the glute and the other muscle groups that are back there. Inhale and exhale if you're ready and are able, placing your forearm on top of the lower leg and then lean forward. Inhale and exhale. Again, we're looking for some stretch, not strain. And those of you who are leaning forward, see if you back off and still get the best stretch without forcing or going too far forward. Sometimes less is more. Inhale and exhale. And then pulling yourself tall. And let's take care of this foot as well. So the thumbs onto the sole of the foot, fingertips on the top. Just give yourself a gentle massage, stroking, and go with the length of the foot as opposed to cross fiber. So going front to back, back to front, and then moving the thumbs forward towards the ball of the foot, then reaching the toes and give each and every toe a little bit of love by, pressing on them, whatever, warming up the foot, a little clap, 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 and then gently let that foot come down. And if you need to, move your blanket out of the way and press it, have it set up in the back of the chair. Inhale and exhale. All right, let's go into a little bit of self-care work here, a little bit of thymus tapping and arm stroking, and we'll do a few more stretches and then come into some peaceful relaxation. So you can go skin to skin if you like by pulling your t-shirt or top down a tiny bit so you can feel the collarbones, and we'll go into some thymus tapping. As you do this, you can close your eyes and just create in your own space the sense of a vibration happening, and you can hum. And as you tap, work those fingers to the center of the chest, the sternum, back to collarbones, maybe out to the shoulders, a little bit of tapping. We call this the intermission in yoga. So we've done a lot of stretching and strength, and now we're doing a little bit of thymus and getting in touch with our softening of our neck muscles. And let the fingertips work their way up the neck to the jawline. Open and stretch the mouth a bit. Notice if you feel tight there from tension, closing your eyes. And if you're like me, I wear glasses, take off the glasses just for the moment. You can do this without watching me, just tap the sides of the face, right near the ears, up to the temples, up around the forehead edge. Tap, tap, tap. Finishing up, bringing the fingertips down, once again, to the jawline, to the chin, the neck, and then getting that wonderful vibrational sound. And finish up with the tapping. All right, so that was the intermission. And now we'll do some stretching and stroking of the arm. Inhale, sitting tall, scoop the belly in, bringing your left arm over, and then just stroking the fingertips from the wrist or wherever your reach is, bringing it across the chest and down. Do that 2 more times on this side. stroking. And release the arms down. Inhale and exhale. We'll go to the other side, stretching those arms wide, bringing your right arm over to the left and stroking. And release the arms down. All right, now we're going to go into pose that's called cow face. We're going to do arms first and then add the legs, and then do the legs separately and then do them together. So starting with your left arm, stretching that arm up, sitting tall, and maybe, as I recommend, a little bit more forward in the chair. So feet are really planted into your floor or mat in front of you. Bend the elbow, press the head into that arm. Inhale and exhale, and taking your right arm, lifting that up and reaching for the tricep. You want to go a little bit beyond the elbow. Don't really want to yank on a joint. So if you can let the fingertips reach across to the tricep, or gently let the palm rest on the point of your elbow without pulling on it. Lift the chest. Inhale and exhale. Couple more breaths. And let's unwind, letting the right arm go down, taking your left arm down. And we go to the opposite side, stretching straight up with the right arm. Bend the elbow, press the head in. So I'm pressing my head back into that arm. So you get a nice stretch in the tricep, the underarm area, pectoral area here, nice opening here. Inhale and exhale, taking your left arm and reaching across for the tricep. Again, keeping that little bit of pressure of the head pressing in. Inhale and exhale. And we unwind. Okay, shoulder roll. Always a good intermission for shoulders to do some shoulder roll in between motions. All right, we're going to do the legs alone in cow face pose. So we're going to take our left leg, excuse me, our right leg, cross it over your left as if you were just crossing your legs. Some people, you know what I mean? So lifting that leg. And if you can anchor the foot behind the top leg, behind the other. So we're just going to sit here with this cross leg position. And if you can create a sensation of stretch as the legs come together, pull them in and out at the same time, creating a tiny bit of strength and pressure there. Inhale and exhale and unwind. Let's go to the other side. I'm going to cross that left leg on top of the right and maybe let the foot anchor behind your left leg. Sit tall. Inhale and exhale. And we unwind and we go back to the first side. So we're going to add do legs and arms together. So you're going to lift that left foot over, left leg over the right. Excuse me, your right leg over your left. Pardon me. So your left leg, erase that. Your right leg is going over your left leg. Sorry. Inhale and exhale. Get your legs set up. And now we're going to lift, you're going to lift your left arm, press it in, and then reach across. So now we have our arms and our legs both working at the same time. Lift the chest. This is strength. Inhale and exhale. Breathing. Let's unwind the arms, float them down, lift that leg off. And we go to the other side, cross over, and whatever help you need to help your leg crisscross over. So this time it's your left leg on top of the right. Inhale and exhale, lifting your right arm up, pressing it behind. I think this is the second side. Yep. And we lift and we cross. Bringing the left hand over to the right. Lift the chest. Strength. And we unwind the arms and we unwind the legs. And why don't we just shake out the legs? Okay. All right. So now it's time to use a block or a paper towel roll. I'm going to put it between the legs. Again, you want to make sure your feet are anchored into your floor, meaning you can really press down. And we're just going to do a simple adduction move here. You can either use that paper towel roll or your block, whatever you have. A book can work too. So whatever feels right for you. Here we go, sitting tall. And just have enough pressure that whatever you're using between your legs can stay put without holding on to it. Inhale and exhale. So we're just doing a gentle pressing in and out. And release. All right, sit back in the chair. Let's extend that, your left leg, sitting back so the leg can be as straight and long as you can make it. Scoop the belly, lift the chest, flexing the foot, and now point the foot back and forth so that leg is elevated. Pressing your opposite foot into the mat or your floor in front of you. And lowering that leg down. Let's go to the opposite side, extending your right leg out, flex the foot. Pointing and flexing, sitting tall. And release down. All right, we're going to continue sitting in the chair and doing tree pose. But if you're feeling good and feeling like you want to stand to do tree, use your chair. So many of you know tree, either from the sitting posture or the standing. So you're going to use your chair for support if you're comfortable standing for this posture. So the side that's standing next to your chair, that's your standing leg, and then the other leg goes up. If you are more comfortable doing chair seated completely, come a little bit more forward in the chair, sit as tall as you can, scoop that belly. Wherever you are, whether you're standing or seated, look straight ahead, find something to look at that isn't moving, pressing the standing leg or the supporting leg down into your mat and lift the other leg up. So it doesn't have to turn in and touch the calf. It can just be an elevated leg, whatever feels right for you. So wherever you are, and if you're standing and you feel comfortable to bring hands to heart center, do that. If you're seated, see if you can balance on one foot, hands to the center of the body. Maybe the thumbs are pressing towards the sternum. Inhale and exhale. And let's release out of tree. Hands down to your quads. Sitting tall or standing tall. And if you're standing, you're going to switch sides, stand to the opposite side of your chair so that this time your right leg is closer to your support. All right. Continue sitting. Those who are sitting tall, you're going to lift your left foot up, maybe turn it out. Inhale and exhale. See if you can keep focused on something straight ahead of you. Hands can be at heart center, just as before, or maybe create branches. Let those arms stretch up. Inhale and exhale, stretch fingers away. Maybe they come down wide to T. Inhale and exhale. And release out of your tree wherever you are. And I see someone sipping some water. Excellent. Always remember to take a break and have water at hand. Staying hydrated is important. All right, we're going to finish up with a little bit of visual imagery, calming our mind, slowing our heart rate down. So make yourself comfortable, a bit back in the chair. Still want to sit tall. Inhale and exhale, closing your eyes. And several things you can do. You can turn your palms so they're facing up and away from you. That's sharing your energy with the world. Or you can keep the palms down, or you can bring your hands back to heart and low belly. So whatever feels right for you. If you're comfortable, close your eyes. Continue with your nice long inhales and exhales. And we're going to focus in on our peaceful place, whatever that might be for you. So visualize yourself in a very loving place for you, a place that brings peace and ease to your mind. Take a moment to picture that place. What do you see? We're going to focus on 5 things that you can see in your special place. And it could be just color. Could be trees, maybe you're at the ocean. You know what those 5 things are. So take a moment to just visualize. Let out a sigh. Now think about 4 things that you hear. Keep the breath going. Sounds of nature. Maybe it's music. What are you hearing in your special place? And now, what can you smell? What are the scents, the pleasant scents of the place you're in? And now what can you touch? What do you feel with your hands or the skin, your skin in the space that you're in? You're sitting on the grass in a beautiful park. Are you at the beach, feeling the warm sand? So what are you touching with your hands? And finally, what do you taste? What are some of the special tastes that come to mind when you think of your special place? And opening the eyes, and then just let those arms dangle by your side gently. Just let them swing front and back. And coming to stillness. Now, if you've got a cushion from the sofa, a pillow from your bed, or whatever you might have, I'm going to do a forward fold seated. So widening the stance of your legs, that gives you more support. Pressing your cushion in towards your belly. Again, your paper towel will work just fine here too. But the bigger your pillow, the more more you have to work with. So we're going to start with just leaning forward with a slight arch in the back. The forearms are pressing into your pillow. Inhale, and you can certainly do this without. You can go just like this, leaning forward, letting the forearms rest into your quads. So a few different ways to do this, or get to this posture. So here we are. We're going to lean forward, slight arch in the back. And once you come to the forward fold that you can hold, tip the chin down and let the arms dangle. Head falls down or towards your pillow. If your head doesn't make it to the pillow, here's a trick. Fold the arms, make a stack one hand on top of the other, and maybe the nose touches down, or maybe you can go to letting the forehead. The other thing you can do is you can stack the fists, one fist on top of the other, letting the forehead touch. What we're looking for is to release tension in the back of the neck. So I'm forward fold with my bolster on my quads, belly resting, pushing into it. Forearms are down. I've stacked my hands. And I'm putting a little bit of pressure so I can relieve on the forehead, and my chin is tucked, and I'm getting a nice stretch in the back of the neck. Inhale and exhale, release the hands, let those arms come forward, maybe dangle. Pressing your feet firmly into the floor in front of you. Couple more breaths here. And since we're in a forward fold and our head is down, we want to be careful when we come back up. So if you are dealing with any issues like vertigo or anything else that makes you dizzy, definitely do this with your eyes open. And go slowly. Everyone go slowly. Take your time to come back up to seated. See how slow you can go. Keeping your eyes focused on one thing. Maybe it's on the floor in front of you. And as your body comes up, let the gaze come up. So it's a very slow process. And return to seated, or sitting tall. Take a breath or two here. Notice if you have a little bit of dizziness from that forward fold motion. So just take a few breaths here. Inhale and exhale. We're going to do one more forward fold, and we'll take it very slow. Inhale and exhale. Let the arms slide forward. Maybe they start folded on your pillow. Folding down. Wide stance of the legs. Breathing. Most important. Wherever you are. Again, if that hand on top of hand helps, or the fist stacked, to get the forehead down, releasing tension in the back of the neck. So whatever works for you, leaning forward. Take your time. We're going to return to seated. Eyes wide open. Look at the floor in front of you. Pushing feet firmly into the floor. Take your time. Come up as slow as you can. Letting the head come up gently and return to seated. And let's move the cushion out of the way and bring the legs back together. And we'll do a couple more side stretches, and then we'll go into relaxation. So inhale, well, actually it's a sun salutation. So with some stretches. Here we go. The arms come up, inhale. And then exhale, stretching the arms away. Then bring the hands to heart center. Lift the arms up. Inhale, exhale. Hands come together. Inhale, arms up. And then exhale, let them float down. One more. Inhale, up. And then exhale, float the arms down. Shoulder roll. Stretching the arms wide, lifting the chest, and then taking your left arm, your right arm underneath your left. Look over to your left side and feel that nice stretch. Chin can come towards that left ear, towards the left shoulder. Inhale and exhale. and unwind, stretching them wide, and go to the other side, taking your left arm underneath the right, stretching the right arm across, let the chin go towards that right shoulder. And we unwind, stretching the wide open. Let's do that one more time to each side. Inhale, over to the left. Unwind. Last time, crossing your right over, looking towards your right side with the chin. And unwind, shaking that all out. All right, let's start to set up for relaxation. Wiggle back towards the back side of the chair. And again, you can use whatever prop you have. Sometimes a pillow or blocks on the legs gives it a little bit of weight and helps those muscles relax. So now we're going to do a body scan from head to toe, softening our gaze, maybe closing the eyes. Hands can rest comfortably on top of the quads, palms down or palms up. Inhale and exhale. Feel the top of the head reaching towards the ceiling, but soft. Chin is slightly tucked. Shoulders can relax. Don't want to curve in, but we don't have to force it all the way back. Arms are soft. Chest and belly are soft. Going back up to the head area, see if you can relax your jaw by just letting it slack. Maybe take a yawn or two. Space between the brows, see if that can soften. Wiggle toes, let the legs be soft. And just notice the sensation of the air around you. Sitting quietly. Once again, just the breath. Inhale and exhale. Sitting calmly in the space you're in, or again, using that visual imagery. You've created your happy place, space that brings peace and ease. Inhale and exhale. A few more breaths. Start bringing awareness back to your breath. Longer inhales and longer exhales. If you have a cushion on your lap, move that off to the side. Circle wrists, stretch fingers. Maybe lift the feet. Circle ankles, point and flex the toe, point and flex the feet. Stretch toes wide open. Focus in on your breath. Let the feet come down. I'd like to close with a poem I found in a brand new book while I was away. It's about yoga and Alaska and nature, poetry. And this poem by Mandy Ramsey is called Yes to Summer. Yes, she said, to bare skin. I can't read, it's in the blue. Caressing by the warm breeze. Yes, she said to warm golden sun penetrating her shoulders, dripping down deep into her soul. Yes, she said to bare feet on grass, her heartbeat matching the pulse of the earth. Yes, she said to the swollen river echoing the morning silence. Yes, she said to soft rose petals melting on her tongue, Cheshire cat smiling across her lips. Yes, she said to her love affair with summer. Let's bring our hands together at heart center, thumbs pressing towards our sternum, sitting tall. Take a breath in, inhale and exhale. As you proceed with your day, think of one thing that can bring joy, that you can actually express out loud. So much of our time we focus in on the negative, maybe not on purpose, but there is so much negativity in the world. Let's think about one positive thought you can share with your family and friends. Continuing with your breath. Inhale and exhale. Tip the head down towards your fingertips. Take some nice long inhale and exhale, focusing in on that joyful thought to share. Thank you for practicing yoga with me today. Namaste.